How's it going, guys? Welcome to episode 1 of the TB42 patrol build. Tonight I'm getting it ready for the respray that we're going to be doing on the car. So I've got to pull the bull bar off, pull the roof rack off, pull the rear bar off. Then later in the episode as well, on another day, we'll be prepping the paint, so sanding it back, getting it ready to spray. And then Ryan's coming over soon as well. He's going to go through the electrics in the car and start fixing some of the shit, because it is really like a bird's nest of cables there. There's cable everywhere. Battery acid like leaking out of the top of the battery. It's pretty much a mess. So he's going to do that, but we'll be keeping some of the cool shit that we want to keep, like the air horns. That'll definitely be staying, but things like the roof spotlights, probably don't need them, and they're not working either, so they're going to be coming off. So yeah, come along and see how it goes. This thing is seriously dirty. Previous owner hasn't even like cleaned it or degreased it or anything. It's just covered in oil and mud, and yeah, pretty fun that I've decided not to clean it either before beginning all this work. So fun times. This was all filmed about 6 weeks ago, at which point my plan was just to rattle can the car in the backyard after a quick sand. It was only a $2,000 patrol after all. As you'll soon find out though, the further and further I went down the rabbit hole of prepping the car, things started to get a lot more involved. So it's another day working on the patrol today. Today we're going to be sanding it back, getting it ready for the respray. So got some 240 grit sanding disc for the orbital, and then some like 600 and 800 grit sandpaper sheets. We have no idea what we're doing. I read one article on the internet on how to prep a car for a respray, so go easy in the comments. But got my patrol owner cap ready to go, COVID-19 mask, and let's get into it. It was about 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon when my mindset about the respray changed. The more we sanded, the more issues we were having because of the shitty matte black paint job on the car. This meant we only had one option to get a decent result. The car had to go back to at least factory paint and bare metal in some places. From this point, it was hours and hours of sanding, filling, bogging, masking, and more sanding on the weekends to get the car to a decent state. The rattle can idea was dropped, and a spray gun and DIY spray booth were on the cards.
Yeah, but wait, you can stay at our place. It's getting late, and you're still on your peak place. Sit out the front of our place, and we'll clear a space just big enough for you.
So just recording on the GoPro. Audio is probably not the best, but yeah, I'm over sanding it. Like, the whole car's been done with 240 grit now, but I'm sick of it. It's just a pig. Paint's gonna get scratched off anyway. So there's all the rust holes on the roof, a couple of patches on the bonnet and guards and stuff. So I've cleaned it with Metho. Then gonna hit it with some rust converter, and over the top of that I'm gonna put filler and basically just make it smooth for the respray. It'll probably fall out like one day, but it's supposed to be fiberglass reinforced. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's really just so that it looks good for a few weeks after the respray. Then, to be honest, I won't really care anymore because it's back to being a pig.
It's getting late, and you're still on your peak lights. Sit out the front of our place, and we'll clear a space.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Alright, so actually spraying it today. Obviously didn't spray it the other day. Really, the storyline of this respray has gone no effort at all at the start, realizing that sanding it is actually a fair bit of effort, and now trying to make it really good, and then just fucking giving up and buying a spray gun and just gonna hit it with some primer today, and then in the next video we will hit it with the top coat, which is Audi Nardo Grey. So that should be pretty interesting. See how that looks, the gloss primer look. But yeah, I'll show you around the car in the DIY spray booth and then we'll get spraying. We built the spray booth out of 2 gazebos and 8 $2 plastic drop sheets. Inside, the Patrol was masked up and ready to go by our standards. I even put a bit of bog over all the fiberglass filler for that smooth factory finish. After a quick etch prime of the bare metal areas, we got to spraying the 3 litres of 2K primer. The weapons of choice were a $130 spray gun kit, a respirator borrowed from a TAFE teacher, and a fork from the kitchen to mix the paint. Right, so last night we couldn't finish it off. We only got through 1 coat of the primer. Didn't actually get to do the roof either because it's pretty tricky with the gazebo up there. We've got to figure out a way to do that. But today we've gone around, wax and grease, removed it, sanded down a couple of runs that are all around the car, and then going to hit it with another coat of primer.
'Cause you are my medicine when you're close to me. When you're close to me.
Alright, so we finished the second coat of primer on the GQ, so that means we're done prep now. I was about to touch it, I won't do that. So yeah, we've done 2 coats of 2-pack primer through the $130 spray gun we bought, and take it for a walk around of the car. It's actually looking like pretty good, to be honest. It's a bit rough, but we're planning to sand it down before doing the proper paint coat. But yeah, don't look up there, there's some bog we didn't sand because we forgot to. Then up there there's some runs, don't look up there either. But otherwise, it's alright. And then don't look at the overspray on the wheels and tyres. And then the back is a mess of overspray with don't look at the chassis, don't look at the exhaust or the mud flaps, and don't look at any of the runs. But otherwise, yeah, not bad. And the roof, turns out there's a reason spray shops have extraction fans, because we've sealed it all up so we didn't get any dust and shit in here, and the rest of the paint didn't go out to the shed. But on top, turns out every bit of paint that we sprayed and floated up in the air must have fallen back down on the roof, because we didn't even spray the roof at all last night. And then we went to spray the roof today and there was already primer on it, but because it didn't come out of the gun, it was like literally like sand and felt like Velcro when you touched it. So yeah, the roof is fucked. Thankfully there's a roof rack for that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stick around next time to see when we actually get this in the Audi Nardo Grey and finish it off and get it back on the road. Cheers.